Hello, my name is Kalinda Trifo, and today I am talking about the emotional reflexology course. So, what is involved in learning emotional reflexology? First off, we go over the history of how it was developed. We go over the zones of the body because it's different than what you learn in the foot course. We go over taking a health record to make sure that we have everything straight. Of course, we touch on the body systems and how they're impacted by emotion. We are going to talk about where emotional reflexes are in the foot and exactly how to stimulate them. More importantly, how to release the emotion. We're going to talk about key and additional reflexes to work for imbalances within the body and the emotional reflexology method and case studies we're going to do a deep dive into. And of course, I will go over how to prepare for an exam. Now, with the emotional reflexology outline, we touch on core reflexology. So again, there's zone systems and the specific conditions that we're working. But we also go into the emotional reflexology, which includes a chart, the foot checkup, detecting emotional reflexes, releasing emotional reflexes, getting your clients' input and support, and testing emotional reflexes. So what is it worth to get mental relief without needing a pill? If you ask clients how much it's worth, it's priceless. There's no way to put a price on it. And with reflexology in my personal clinic, I can say emotional reflexology takes up 90% of my client base. So your health is the most important thing that you have. The Lancet Commission report on mental health said that mental disorders are on the rise in every country in the world, and it's expected to be a global economy cost of $16 trillion by 2030. That's insane. People are spending too much time dividing their time, and stress is at an all-time high. Self-care is at an all-time low, and there's just a lot of demands pulling everybody in so many different directions. And so when we're able to get some relief from that stress, it's massive. It took me almost dying and working with hundreds of clients to realize that the body remembers what the head forgets. And when I figured that out, I was actually able to beat anxiety disorder and guide clients in the process to detect and release their trapped emotions. Now, I have finally got to the place where I'm ready to share all those discoveries with you. And if you are in a place where you are ready to help your clients check their emotional baggage, I will tell you how I can help you do that. Quality of life is actually having no pain, no stress, no exhaustion, vitality, motivation, energy, and enthusiasm. That's what living is about. And it beats the heck out of existing. But there's a challenge. We have become a society that's burdened with exhaustion, negative thoughts. We have aches and pains, broken hearts, anxiety, stress, financial stuff. The list is endless. Trying to deal with bullying with kids, there's social pressures, and there's a lot of focus being put on distractions, specifically because we're in an age of social media where it's easy to get distracted. And when we are distracted with everything else except what we need in order for our body to heal, it can pose a problem. So how can understanding emotional reflexes help? Number one, you get to detect the imbalance in the body, and then when you release it, it's easier for your clients to measure results. It's also quite fascinating to be able to detect the emotional balances, and it gets you into the cause rather than the symptom a little bit more. You can always help somebody feel better, and you get raving referrals. It's crazy. When people experience it, they go tell everybody, and it's like, oh my goodness, you just got to try this. And so it is incredible for increasing business because the referrals are fast and furious. You learn how the body works together holistically, mentally, physically, and emotionally. You may help clients feel better when nothing else seems to be working, relieving pain and tension naturally. And there's nothing quite like, I mean, you guys know it because you get to see it in your own practices now, helping people feel good, but it's just being able to watch it when they're just in amazement. It's fascinating. So here's what we're going to cover: how to detect the emotional reflexes, symptoms versus causes, why the tenderness won't go away when the condition is emotional, what is the body really trying to tell you, how emotional reflexology can help the body restore balance, and the 5 biggest mistakes people make when faced with health challenges. So why should you pay attention to this? Well, I ended up getting 17 certifications, and I learned that there's something valuable in each and every one of them, but I had to do a lot of slicing and dicing in order to get things to work together for me. And all of those certifications, it didn't hold a candle to what I figured out while I was getting my PhD in survival. So being able to blend personal experience with the theory from the courses and the experience from so many other practitioners, it has all been blended into emotional reflexology. And what I really want to teach you is to understand what the body is truly trying to say. And the proof of that is learning the information didn't just help my body heal, it actually balanced my entire life. So I no longer have anxiety, I don't have pain, I'm not overly worried, I don't suffer with depression anymore, I don't have to take any medication, I'm sleeping better, I'm motivated, my house is clean for I think the first time in 2 decades. I mean, it's been clean for a while, but that was one thing that I had begged for almost 2 decades. I get to do what I love. I'm able to work from home. I'm in good shape most of the time. I have gained a few pounds here and there over the years, but it's easy for me to lose it. You're able to be a little bit more focused and getting organized, more energy, more fun, more peace, more confidence, more self-care. Priorities have changed, perspective changed. I have boundaries set. And if I was to compare my life at 47 to 37, I'll take, thanks, but we can throw the last decade in the garbage can. Not all of it, but 47 is a hell of a lot better than 37 is what I'm trying to tell you. And the one thing that you get into in emotional reflexology is you are 1 out of 7.5 billion people. Now, I know that in most classes, we have a very strict order on how we do things. Emotion doesn't work that way. You can have 2 people grow up in the same house and they're totally different. They're eating the same food, they're raised by the same parents, their perception is different. And if you are a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. No 2 kids are the same. But it's a matter of being able to understand the person's unique situation and their unique perspectives and their unique belief systems and their unique emotion. So when it comes to emotional reflexology, I'm truly only interested in results. You are an original. The question is, what's going to work for you and what is going to work for your clients? And there is only one thing that can tell you or anyone else, and that's the body. So figuring out what the body is trying to say, it usually requires a little bit of thinking outside of the box. And there are 7 mistakes that people make to block results. Number 1, they're focused on the symptom rather than the cause. And you can't just focus on the symptom because it's a symptom. So digging into the cause. People fight for their symptoms harder than they fight for a solution. And it's so crystal clear once you understand what I'm talking about. But it's an interesting thing to watch once you've seen it. Mistake number 2 is everything and everyone else comes first. The client is making themselves the priority, and they're running themselves ragged, and they're not resting and repairing because they think they have to. They have to. Mistake number 3 is wanting the quick fix. I have a pain I want to fix yesterday. And I mean, that's all great as long as you're willing to eliminate everything that caused the pain in the first place yesterday, then we're going to be good. But it's that quick pill fix. If somebody is after just a one-shot wonder, I mean, sometimes the results are fast, but it leads to other things that they've probably been repressing or suppressing for a long time. Okay, mistake number 4 is they're not listening to their body. Everything else, this kind of runs into not making themselves a priority as well. They feel the pain, but they're pushing past it because they don't have time to deal with it right now. Anybody have any clients like that? Mistake number 5 is limiting options due to the fear of the unknown. So you don't know what you don't know. And some people get leery about trying anything new because it's the fear of the unknown. Mistake number 6 is blind faith without asking the right questions to get the results. And so everything, they know that they have a pain and they want somebody else to figure out the puzzle for them. Well, when you're working with your clients, I'm hoping that you're making it a team effort, because if they're not as invested as you are, it's not worth the fight. Okay, mistake number 7 is refusing to invest in themselves. Pinch pennies and lose dollars in decades. Anybody know that? Oh my goodness. I mean, they end up spending more in the long run anyway, because yeah, it doesn't work. So I want you to write this down. I am my most valuable asset, because when you program that into your heart, it's important for you to feel like you're your most valuable asset, always, always, in all ways. And it's important to truly believe it. The answers for emotional reflexology are not found in a book. They're actually found by working with the client's body. So how are the emotions mapped on the feet? We go into that in depth in the course, and there's several charts that you get to work with. And so some people that have intuition, they're going to be able to figure things out a little bit differently. But if you are very focused, facts-oriented, the charts have been laid out, and so that you can work with them without needing to really rely on intuition. And so what is involved with learning this? You need 18 hours of classroom training, 25 practical sessions, 3 hours of mandatory review, just like in the foot or the hand course. You have to experience a professional reflexology session, and the practical exam, it's going to be 80%. So at this point, there isn't actually a written exam for it. There's a few reasons why I've decided to do that for now. I may change my mind later, but for now I feel it's best not to have a written exam for reasons I won't get into here. But I just think that being able to use the information and apply it is key, because there's no two people the same. And when you start understanding that each person is unique, it's putting it into a box is the opposite of what I'm wanting you to do. Okay, so if you have any questions, by all means, send me a text to 539-8944, or you can email me at reflexology@clinitrifo.com. All the details about the emotional reflexology course are included in the links below or on the website.